afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane. We're off here to an exciting 1-versus-1 on Simorsky Winter here between the RedxWings, fighting here for Deutschland, for the Reich, for the Kampfgruppe Wolf here with Ostrom Doctrine right away. We also got several Ostrom bullets here. One for a dispatch time there set down, but also for increased durability, or in this case, decreased vulnerability. But also Panzergunners here. We got dual pioneers, Ostrom there versus Friya here, fighting for the United States of America for the 3rd Armored Division. We got infantry, airborne, and rifle company here, and we've got 1 rifle bulletin, and we got 2 M20 bullets here for increased range and line of sight. Rather than there popping out initially here for Friya. Also noting here, infantry commando setup was actually cancelled here. And beyond that, nothing else. We got more Ostrom then arriving for RedxWings. More Ostrom. Achtung! Schnell, Leute! Vorwärts! There we go. More Eastern infantry arriving here on the Western Front to fight against the Russian, or in this case the American hordes. Rather than moving out under Friya, who's gone for rifle company, going to head in some elite riflemen, it would seem. Some players go for dual rear echelons then. In that case, not dual riflemen right off the bat, but there you go. Those are operational differences there between players. We got a heavier focus on the left-hand side by RedxWings. We got reasons moving up to the north there. Also moving in to secure the point as well there. That'll soon be an engagement. And there you go. Shots fired. Ostrom pulling up heavy into cover and firing back. A few quick shots there before the rear echelons fall back. And we got, there we go, the first veteran rifle here arriving for Friya. Point down here being secured. Rather than holding back, Ostrom holding up there. In this case, RedxWings is spreading out a bit of lot here with his Ostrom, which is definitely a bit of a risky thing to do, since they do have their weaknesses. Pioneers here, there's a reason, both making a run here for the building. Who can first make it through the deep snow and kick in the door? Apparently that was the Pioniere, and the rear echelons rather find themselves waiting outside, being shot at. God damn it, Jack! I said don't knock, just kick the door in. Rather than they're flanking it, bit of shooting up north here. Rifle coming, firing up there on the not false but Ostrom. They're falling back. Boris there having fallen in service of Das Reich. And Ostrom rushing up to deal with Rifle here, probably setting up defense here around the fuel pump. We got a 3rd unit there ramming off Ostrom. A bit of movement over here. Center seems to be falling to the Americans. There you go. Right from there, there's the Ostrom up close, but there you go. Ostrom take up position behind an old boat. Stuck in the ice. Puts here an Ostrom unit there, wiped out for RedxWings already. That would mildly hurt him. But there you go. Looks like they will escape the clutches of the American Eagle. In there we go. Rather than pushed away here by the Ostrom. 2 units heroically firing away there. Yeah, they might still get wiped. They might still get wiped. Or not. Or not.
Our lines of supply are disrupted.
Tech up from RedxWings, very bold. I mean, it does seem to sort of follow his other previous strategies. Generally seem to always warm, you know, getting something else and rushing towards the next tier and getting Panzergrenadiers. Of course, he might try and augment that here versus the United States, but I mean, usually it's either MD-42s or Pioneers. Now it's Ostrom, so that's definitely something else as well here for RedxWings. Got Lieutenant there on the way for Friya, so there could be an M20 on the way, of course. In that regard, there might be a slight vulnerability there for RedxWings, since, of course, he's got no infantry company, meaning Panzerfausts are not unlocked. They require the infantry company, so that's a little fun detail there about the Wehrmacht you probably did not know. And of course, for Grenadiers, it might not matter as much, but for the Ostrom, it do matter a lot, though, of course. I mean, if you have Grenadiers up, lose the infantry company, they lose the Panzerfaust. So, little important detail there. Actually, we've got the M20 there on the way here. Ostrom running away, 1 unit here holding on heroically. Cutting down riflemen. Several of them. Point there being secured. We've got some Pioneers sneaking about here, causing chaos and havoc in the rear lines of Friya. While the Ostrom continue to fight here by the tree, trying to hold back the Amerikanen, but ultimately they are getting overwhelmed even as they reach Veterans 1. We got a 2-2-1 here being rushed out by RedxWings, probably going to become a 2-2-2. Got a bit of a heavier firepower, and there we go. Though, of course, at the same time, RedxWings might want to consider getting down some teller mines. That's otherwise it is a bit risky. We've got an officer here arriving to support the frontline Soldaten. Mach schnell! Rather moving about there we go, the M20. Boost it with 2 bulletins for that increased range and line of sight. Going for the fuel pump there as well. 222. Tearing into the rifle there, firing rate point blank. Heavy auto cannon rounds, machine gun fire, threatening to end the Americans' lives. Since they got nothing to really threaten the 222 with. No anti-tank rifle grenades for them. There we go, we got the M20 moving in, opening up the Pioneers, getting off some good hits. Making progress back here. The Pioneers need to get out of that very quickly. I don't think they'll survive much longer, even with the aid here of the officer. Of course, he could consider using concentrated fire here for a bit of extra damage on the officer. 2 here continuing up with the M20. Getting down to half health, gaining veterans on the pros. In fact, closing on vets here too rapidly. Nothing else going on here for RedxWings. There we go. Obviously getting off some hits here. Concentrated fire would still be a good idea, Phil. Still. Jack left this mortal world as a bullet tore out his brains. Meanwhile, we got the Lieutenant here firing away, hoping for more success than those riflemen. Officer falling back, also swarming up support. Still no sign of concentrated fire. Of course, with these 2 units, of course, he might be able to get more out of it. 221 patrolling up here. Further push here. Lieutenant there, the Ostrom up there using the, well, limited foliage here for cover. Not that they're having a frightful lot of much success there as the Lieutenant has BARs amongst other things. And we've got an ambulance there on the way for Friya. Rifle moving up there. We got, looks like he switched out the crew there with the rear echelon leading the crew there as a bazooka team. And we got a quick M6 anti-tank man going down. Good. Meanwhile, Scout car supporting the Osttruppen in their fight for the other fuel points. So far, RedxWings got a nice chunk of the map, but there's no real sort of defensive centre. You could consider, I mean, one thing to consider usually when you get for a bunch of Ostrom is actually get a command bunker up somewhere. Because the Ostrom can usually reinforce pretty fast. If you can then use that advantage with the forward command bunker, you can make it very difficult to actually push off the field. Panzer grenade there on the way then for RedxWings. We've got Telemans go down in the centre of the village, right in front of the church and cemetery. Yeah, if it hits this one, she'll go straight to the cemetery. Well, whatever they can pick up again. You're always so macabre, Fritz. Well, you know, German army and everything. They're firing a bit away. So a bit of mines going down here across the map from both sides. Ambulance ready. Not stained in blood. With things written in blood across it, which usually might be seen as some we're going to ride in it as a concerting thing. More Telemans is really fortifying the centre. Could consider taking up, but there you go. 2 Telemans now covering sort of the village centre, so to make it a bit difficult there for Friya going to move any vehicles or tanks about there. Meanwhile, the 222 continues to besiege the house. Continues to fire away there with the auto cannon rounds, piercing the thin walls. And other bits. Then there we go, veterans to increase accuracy. Bit of harassment up north there. On his quad, we got the Lieutenant, we got Rifle moving in. Not much else going for Friya. Getting a captain now, a captain for bazookas. Could also get anti-tank guns, a steward, and of course a pack howitzer. Certainly not uncommon to see players go for both the captain and lieutenant if they go for rifle company. You could then maybe use a steward to then support the EC8 with the stun rounds, for example. That could work out well there for Friya here. Minesweeper's up there and spotting the not the Telemans, but the M6 mines. Good job there by RedxWings, by the way, taking no chance. He sees an M20 and he figures, you know, my opponent's probably going to be one of those bastards to lay down mines. So good job there, of course. Had there been no mines, of course, it's, you know, wasted munitions, but on the bright side, you know, there'd be no mines. I mean, you know, better safety on mine and no vehicles blown up than vice versa. And it's Captain almost on. Lieutenant holding up. He's not going to make it, I fear. The Panzer gun is waiting up there at the back door, and the assault is a pretty swift execution. Teutonic style. Meanwhile, M20 pressuring in from the north here. Overall, we are now seeing here that RedxWings has lost a lot of territory in this fight versus the Amerikaner. The Kampfgruppe being pressured here from all sides by the 3rd Armored, swiftly assembled from some security elements and part of a Panzer Division, Panzer Grenadier Company. Forming up ultimately the Kampfgruppe Wolf. You got the M20 here falling back as the 222 fires back. Rapidly going for the cut points there. We've got Pioneer striking back as well. Also moving up. Still no sign of concentrated fire, I think, there from RedxWings officer. And there you go. Forces moving ahead here. Rather than the captain, these shots from the bazooka there, forcing the 222 to quickly pull back as the captain leads the way. A lot of action here. Rather caught in a very bad position. 222 continues to fall back here as the vehicle crew now take up with the bazooka there. And there we go. Gets a good hit on the 222. Almost got the Ostrom there. Almost. There we go. Panzer Grenadier moving up. Panzer versus Captain here. Captain has the advantage here due to cover and also Thompson machine gun. But still, runs out of it and quickly gets cut down there. Clearly not the best of captains. And there we go. Telemine went off. Knocking out an M20 there. Leaving Friya in a bit of a sticky situation. Take up there done for RedxWings. He could of course then get a supply co-op, or he could be a bit devious and try to play for a heavy panzer corps. Now, of course it would risk him to require, I think, a bit more investment there on the light mechanized company before he was to attempt something like that. But in theory he could do it, and again if it were a fuel cache I think would also be a good choice. And if Friya, of course, is going to play for Dr. 9 himself for quite a bit, a fuel cache for Friya would also be a strong choice there, sort of offset the fact they do cost more in the longer run usually. There you go. Heavy fire there from the scout car. And basically the scout car is everything that's holding the centre at the moment, mostly American free, mostly. Pioneers push back there, so we've got a large offensive going for Friya, which seems to not decide to push in for instead, going straight in from the north. Captain needs to get away, or they need to get an ambulance up here to help the capturing force at the front lines. And what is this? As Friya has apparently realised, you know, not work out here, so he's getting a major out. Although at the same time, you know, it's going to be another fuel expenditure just in teching. A part of me could also, you know, he just would say he could just gone for a T-70 versus all the infantry in the scout car, use that for a bit. I mean, he could, you know, maybe switch over the M20 crew into it to get a bit more experience right off the bat. So I feel like Friya might be taking a risky move. I mean, he's going to go for all 3 tiers. He should definitely get a fuel cache or 2, because that's a lot of fuel then expended, at least for the Americans, at least for the Wehrmacht, that's practically nothing. But for the US, it is a bit of a heavier bill there.
A capture point is under attack.
Ostrom rushing to the centre there, hugging to the cover and such. Very much dependent on the cover, which was very much part of actually German infantry doctrine in a sense, since the Germans tended to rate their troops sort of according to fighting power, and usually sort of the worst sort of rated, well, not the worst were completely basically useless in combat, but almost as bad, you know, were usually sort of meant for only static fighting, this fighting from already prepared positions, which I suppose in a sense the Osttruppen do reflect. So, little fun fact, and certainly not one of the things you hear much talked about when it comes to the German army, the fact that they actually rated their units sort of, you know, well, gave them equipment and reinforcements according to that, and had sort of recruits according to that as well, you know. Poor recruits would go, oh dear, grenades up here for Friya, wiped out the Panzer Grenadiers, but the Raven on the other hand might see the end here by the 222. Now veteran to Friya as well, good job there. Wipe there, that's actually going to hurt Friya quite as well a bit as well. That was the veteran to 3. And that, there's been veteran rifle, and that was certainly in the more steel prices, of course, and he also paid quite a bit for them as well. Rifle attacking in with a flamethrower. Ostrom breaking through here and there, causing quite a bit of consternation amongst Friya lines. And there we go, we've got the major operating in the south. Support Armor Corps is up here in the base for RedxWings, opening up for Panzers or Sturmgeschütz, whatever he likes.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
And there we go, Panzer Kampfwagen being mobilised here to support the Kampfgruppe. 222 being repaired, pack 40 up, and we got a more Telemans going down here. Certainly RedxWings is missing no chances to make things miserable for his opponent's vehicle pool.
opponents are seizing a sector.
Friya really should consider fuel cache. And there we go, we got some promotions there for the officer, who could still benefit from also some concentrated fire here.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Major here moving forward, but straight into the 222. The result, not too surprising, as the armoured car makes short work of the Major and his friend. Whoa, someone got badly burned there. Captain moving up, they need to be careful there around the flamethrower. And there you go, Panzer IV mobilised here for the Reich, arriving at the front line. Probably send in from the 2nd Panzer Division in support of the Kampfgruppe. Armour support could not be scrounged up anywhere else. And so the 2nd Panzer Company was ordered by High Command to detach some of its panzers to limit the breakthrough of the 3rd Armoured Division if possible. Vehicle crew here, still fighting on, veteran to flee with its bazooka. Shot failed to penetrate the front arm there with the Panzer IV. Second shot though did not, though. The vehicle crew has got no cover now. The Panzer IV's high explosive shells saw to that, leaving only a pile of dirt and stones. They are fighting there. Rifle forced away. Ostrom about to lose it to the lieutenant. There we go. Run out of that area. Friya has to be careful down around his opponent's Panzer IV. There we go. Takes time for the mid-game analysis. Counter situations. RedxWings is sort of getting back on his feet here after this slightly rough start in some regards. Friya, on the other hand, is losing ground and might have made a mistake there on taking up too rapidly. Having spent a lot of fuel there on all 3 buildings, but now lacking for some armour. And in fact, almost soon got the command points because someone can't get the EC8, but it's not really going to sort of really seriously challenge his opponents except the anti-tank gun, and probably the captain of the vehicle crew, but it rather requires it catches the Panzer IV with all of those units in sort of one go. Really, I think for Friya, what's right now is important part is getting a fuel cache up, sort of help with the fuel. Right now, of course, to get an EC8, but also sort of keep maintaining that. Should also consider maybe getting something to then support the EC8. A Scott would be good sort of versus the infantry. A Jackson would be, of course, helpful if he's worried about armour. Sherman would just sort of be, well, you know, mid in the middle of everything. So that's something there for him. Another option could be in the future getting another M20 and laying down a fresh batch of mines of that, try, you know, catch the enemy tanks and that. I mean, a Panzer IV hitting an M6 anti-tank mine is going to be, you know, a very easy target. So, you know, it could easily be worth it if that, you know, succeeds for Friya. As for RedxWings, he's getting more infantry. He's got a decent mix of that. He's got a single pack 40. I mean, he could take back, get some MD-42s or maybe a mortar. That might help out, but of course also open up for Panzer first to help with the enemy vehicle. A fuel cache, of course, would also be quite a good choice there for RedxWings. Otherwise, he could consider Stuke to support the Panzer IV. Bit of firepower that way would never hurt him, I would say. Otherwise, not so many options. I mean, a Panther right now I would not describe as a super splendid choice considering his control of the fuel and his, well, complete lack of fuel cache. I mean, if we were to get up 2 fuel caches soon, he could then consider going for a Panther, but as that's right now, he'd probably better just relying on the support armor core. Also, good job in keeping that 222 alive so far in this battle. And again, one thing to consider might be also be a command bunker in the center. Again, you keep some Ostrom near that. But back to the fight. Got a smoke screen down here, not bad, but, you know, you usually want to a bit further away so your opponent can't just, you know, attack ground through it easily and, you know, wipe out your men. Over here, the lieutenant once more faces the horrifying 222, die leichte Panzerspielwagen. And there's nowhere to hide out in the open.
Squad, get ready.
So we got Friya here holding on for the time being. Might be time to stop the Panzer IV from firing. There we go. There we go. It seems like he's trying to avoid the Panzer IV for the time being, or at least sort of trying to bait it into something. Anti-tank coming in the center. Lieutenant heading south. We got the 223 waiting repairs. And Ostrom fighting to maintain control. Oh, that was a grenade that forced them out in the open. Although that did not last long. Another push up here. We got the Major on the move again. Surprisingly enough, the Major still on the move here for Friya. Panzergrenadier, Officer, Pioneer moving in to relieve the Osthoven. Bit of bad positioning. Good grenade here would work out, I think. Oh, so that building's about to collapse, so the reason there for RedxWings to be careful. One good hit could send those pioneers to hell. Panzer IV moving through north, going to give that Major quite the bad day. Friya can soon get the EC8 out. Very soon, very soon. We're talking a matter of moments here. Before he can roll out his own tanks to contest German armor dominance in this battle. Ostrom took quite a thrashing there. They were even veterans. He free Ostrom. They were the best Ostrom RedxWings had. Bazooka drop there. Guessing that was the captain, who turned out to be an absolutely excellent candle. And there you go, veterans he free pioneers with a flamethrower and a bazooka. Ja, wir Elite, or at least, you know, not Osttruppen. Meanwhile, Rifle falling back from the north there. Rifle Beagle coming in there, Ostrom fighting back. Mortar there on the way, actually. And Mortar he has ticked further back here for RedxWings. Going for the Infantry Company, adding in some artillery, and of course also moving up for Panzerfaust.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
But definitely a bit of a different strategy we see applied here by RedxWings. Very rare to see someone go Ostrom and then ignore the Infantry Company unless. Just a bit longer for Friya. Just a bit.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
About 10 or 20 seconds more, he will add in some armor of his own here to challenge RedxWings Panzer. He now continue to fight here for the field. We've got a 50 cab up here to help deal with infantry. Should be helpful versus those. And the scout car, not so much versus the Panzer IV though. There you go, Rifle immediately under fire. And there we go, EC8 mobilized. And rolling towards the front line here with its 76mm gun. Meanwhile, the officer is himself in a bit of trouble here. Could consider laying down a smoke screen with the artillery smoke barrage before hitting retreat. Looks like that is not the case. And that is not the case. We got a trench here, by the way, up here by the church. And he's actually probably in the mortar into it. Interesting, interesting. Rarer to see that, but that's certainly going to make the mortar a bit more tricky to deal with, and certainly give him a bit more firepower in some regards that way. Panzer stopped here with 5th cavalry. Unit wiped out. That was the officer who bit the dust. And there you go, EC8 flanking. Excellent hit down the Ostrom, wiping out half the unit. Panzer IV rolling back.
We just lost a unit.
Loss has been inflicted upon Friya, so that's something he might easily able to on. He keeps this up. Panzer IV moving in. Pack 40 moving up here. Overall bad move. In part because he doesn't know what's in the village, and certainly should know his opponent though is known for laying down mines. And there you go. Panzer IV with the Pack 40 easily dealt with the Sherman EC8. That was very much a waste there by Friya. I suppose if he got an easy kill there on the Panzer IV. But over not conceding there might be an anti-tank gun. Of course, there was also the possibility of him hitting a mine, in which case the Panzer IV would also have been victorious. So that was perhaps not the most well-executed assault there by Friya. Mortar crew being forced out of the trenches as hot fire pours into it. 222 doing what it can. Soon getting both fuel points here. We've got a lieutenant here support by 50 caliber. Making good progress down south. These both players are a bit more sort of maneuverable and focusing on points and not just on the centre of the map. Some players do have a tendency of sort of getting overly focused on that. There we go, armor punch from RedxWings. 2 Panzer IV supported by the 222, which is still alive by the way. Still alive and fighting. Lieutenant in a bit of trouble. 50 car being pushed away as well. Not looking good here for Friya, but you could see that Lieutenant bite the dust. Another pair of pinhole machine guns there for RedxWings. No, looks like the Lieutenant might make it out there. Looks like he might make it out of there. Against all... No, never mind. He's getting out of it. Back into the deep snow. But no, keeps running. Makes it into the ditch. Gets behind the... Oh! Just as he's about to round the corner. The Panther 4 gun is finally got hit. And there you go. Panther 4 firing. Oh, not Panther 4, but anti-tank gun. Armor piercing rounds up. Good. Though sadly could not keep the enemy there for long, so... We got another anti-tank on the way for Friya. Good, considering down some trenches here and there, Mr. RedxWings. Pick up the infantry versus enemy assault. Pointing up there, being secured by riflemen. Keeping a sort of fluid mobile view here from Friya to sort of try and avoid getting stuck up in just, you know, a repetitive maneuver on his opponent and just bashing his head into a wall. Anti-tank rocket here managed not to make an impression on the Panzer IVs as another one moves into support. And this is looking a bit grim there for Friya's infantry, who is beginning to suffer some very heavy risks of extinction. And got another EC8. And got another unit right bursting into flames. So it's taking EC8 here for Friya. We got the second anti-tank up, and infantry are beginning to dry out. There's value there for Friya, but RedxWings is maintaining a much more numerous force and also much better support at the moment. In larger part thanks to the Panzer IVs. The CoH2, they also continue to do a bit of job there for him. Major should be realizing at this point he's over his head as the Panzer Grenadier move forwards. Sturmgewehrs in hands. Most of the Major's unit is dead. Can the Major make it? Run, Major, run! No, never mind. Yardita looks like he suffered major organ damage. Oh, shut up. All these are those puns. EC8 rolling down from the north, but no, deciding against it. Oh, not sure why he was running around with his panzer gunners like that. There you go, goodbye, landing. We got the Ostrom there supporting, and not sure why Friya did not pull back there. A bit wasteful with his infantry, I feel. A bit wasteful. Got the EC8 though, maybe able to turn the tide here against the infantry. Of course, with the Panzer IVs both strike, he might be in deeper trouble. Also, one thing to note, he spread out his anti-tank and he's moving in up north without any support, no reconnaissance or anything. Rather dreadfully risky with airfield for Friya. Panzer IVs, scout cuts moving about. And go shots fired. Panzer IVs advancing, EC8 there taking hits. Either failed to penetrate or missed. Small relief there managing for Friya. More riflemen being called in. Good.
A capture point is under attack.
And a fresh reinforced infantry cover there, putting a stop to the Pioneer's assault. Closing in on 20 kills there. Panzer IVs withdrawing for the time being here. And additional Panzer Grenadier for RedxWings, giving certainly quite a bit of infantry of mixed quality. More telemines here to sort of limit vehicle movement. Good. Mortars working in the trenches doing alright. Oh dear, might see the anti-tank. The loss looks like it's making out of there. And using the vehicle crew to secure the fuel point, also rather risky. I mean, one good attack there could leave the EC8 there available to the German army to secure. Haha. Quick grenade, Ostrom caught. Flat-footed, though taking minor casualties. 2 Panther Force on here versus the Rifleman. Heavy casualties inflicted. They're not really looking good. Friya needs to be a bit more careful about spreading out too easily now with all the armor out in the field there from RedxWings. He needs to be a bit more focused now. Needs to try and draw in RedxWings to commit a mistake there versus the anti-tank guns, then punish him. Instead, he's leaving his infantry rather strung out and easy targets for RedxWings to strike back with his tanks and armoured car. So now you got there are some issues there. Also needs that anti-tank gun recruit. Assault continues, going to probably deal with the 50 caliber inside the building. As Viper can continue in to this dangerous melee inside the village. And then you go, the 50 calibers easily cleared out. The Pioneers reporting that they'll probably feel a bit warmer in hell. Not very nice, gentlemen, those Pioneers. And going to a tank, they're going to clear out right on the camp, but it's not really much, in particular when they're peeking out from behind the corner of the building. Easy hit moving up, now up in the Panther 4. So there's a time for him calling in more armor. It's not really looking good here for Friya. Anti-tank on wreck. The other one still far removed from the rest, really. More telemarks going down here from RedxWings. He's definitely not slacking off there. Easy hitting hit there for the pack 40. Panther Force firing back. Almost got one Panther 4 there. Almost. Anti-tank on firing as well. And there we go. We got railway artillery going down. Schwerer Gustav initiating a barrage. He's moving the anti-tank and into it. Panther 4 down. Even as hit eventually 2. And there we go. Anti-tank gun utterly demolished. Easy hit cooked off as well. Like a cheap piece of fireworks. And there we go. That, I think, pretty much cements here a victory for RedxWings. There's only infantry left here for Friya, and there's more armor on the way, and overall, his force is simply put much larger and more veteran. So the situation is hardly peachy here. Quite the opposite, in fact. Quite the opposite. And there we go, game over. Friya surrenders, a victory for Deutschland and the Reich. And this fight, I mean, I think in part the problem for Friya was, you know, his strategy had some flaws in it. I mean, you know, lieutenant, captain, alright. Then he went for the major, which he really didn't get. He didn't use the building at all, which basically amounts to an 80 fuel waste. He probably could have gotten easier, faster, easier out before that. Otherwise, you'd gotten some fuel caches out. I mean, there were some problems there with Friya. Also, was a bit more hither and dither. And once the armor began arriving, he still insisted on spreading out, so, you know, trying to sort of put out a bit more of a coherent defense, which could maybe, you know, caught what Panzer IV here and there and knocked it out, or at least allowed him to make some more, slightly more, you know, proper pushes. So in that regard, I feel like Friya made some mistakes. Also, that charging initiate there into the enemy's territory, despite knowing their minds, not really the most super wisest decision either, I would argue. So there were some problems there for Friya. I mean, there was also some interesting play, but it was not really enough to offset again his strategic flaws, so which rather gave the victory to RedxWings, who rather played a bit aggressively, a bit riskily, but overall pretty interesting. Got Ostrom there for a quick, you know, tier 2 rush with scout cars, Panzer Grenadier, that helped. The officer, alright, I think he could have used the abilities a bit more, and then going on for the Panther Force definitely helped there for RedxWings. But overall, RedxWings had a bit more of a clear idea of what to do. Had a better strategy. He knew what he wanted to do, which included mines, sort of catch enemy vehicles. Good job there. I think he could have focused a bit more on the territory, but so far, I mean, he wasn't too, you know, spread out. He usually sort of focused here and towards the centre. And overall, did a good job of holding there, also holding on to fuel. He could have benefited from fuel cache himself, but overall, did pretty well. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. Hope it gave you some ideas for your matches. If it did, why not subscribe? Tell your friends. Share it with everyone. If not, you know, send in a replay of your own or provide some feedback in the comment section. If this is improved anything, cheers and thank you for watching. Bye.